Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know anything about this game. Like, legit, I know nothing, okay? So I don't know if this is appropriate, if it's not appropriate. I don't know what's about to happen. I can kind of guess maybe that I'm supposed to seduce young anime Colonel Sanders. Maybe. I don't know. If this is a disaster, this is Shin's fault. Yeah. Shin says, I let him know about the game, so sorry. Okay. Continue new game. I hope we get to, like, make a character and stuff. Welcome, chef. Before we get started, tell us your name. Hey, I'm Roscoe. It's very creative. Yeah. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Oh my God, smack that clock up and at 'em or throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. I'ma beat the clock. I gotta go to school. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for a Learning. I need to go back to regular school. Your mind begins to wander. You'll need to take this serious. Oh, wait, who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously, or you allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. Whew. I do like to daydream. I daydream just a little bit. Look, we got some K-pop boys up there with the finger hearts. I'm already daydreaming. Let's daydream. It's here, finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit, an actual biscuit, not a friggin' cookie or a cracker like you British folks, and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yikes. You're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. Uh-oh, that's bad. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh, so you already smell like original recipe Roscoe. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Mimi. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Roscoe. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I'm, because I sure am, excited, a little nervous, okay, a lot nervous. Oh, Mimi is a lot, isn't she? Goodness gracious. What's the, it's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Classic Roger. Raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Now, Mimi, ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, what kind of parents letting the kids play in quicksand box? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know, and you're gonna do great. But with University of Cooking School Academy of for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Girl, if you ain't gonna make it, I ain't gonna make it. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. Guilty. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Huh. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? What do you think I would do? Would I pep talk? Would I change the subject? You know me, come on. Pep talk? All right, pep talk it is. Now remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? Yeah, the lady with the mask who gave me the nightmares, I've been trying to forget. Now, I know she looked spooky, Mimi, but she was sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit looked like Jimin? Remember? The whole hand thing? Yeah, don't look right at it, but do. I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. Phrasing. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. Gotta tell you what, I'm already working up an appetite. Mimi, quiet. Let's go get some food. As you talk Mimi up, you can feel her nerves beginning to ease. Nice. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Hey, me too. Can you believe I cut them myself? Yep. See, nailed it. God, I'm so good at this game. I can't believe it. Yep, it's great. Now, before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. This better be the Colonel himself. Hey, it's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Get it? Shins? Huh? See why you picked this game now. Smart. You leave Roscoe's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Now his calves, on the other hand. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add a bunch of extra letters to make herself feel better than anyone. Hashtag pretentious. Hashtag parents. Now, if anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. And we're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Get on out of here. Shoo. Now, across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man. Oh boy, this can be a long game, Shin. You already gonna pay this price. Van the Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes, that's his butt, while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. This is already better than Twilight, though, I will say that. Ahem, Van? You rang? Oh, God. You got them Gaston vibes? And you've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Mimi, but substantially more devious. Now, in current terms, we call this a situationship. See that? No cap, hip with the kiddos. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. Man, I need to get my shade right. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. Now, with the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Mimi. Let's get out of here. See you later, losers. Now, as you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Does this kid think the window is a door? Let's recruit him. Pop just farted. Oopsie, told you. I think it's broken. His butt? You reach forward and easily pull the door open. Where is the door? We're still standing in the quad. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. See, I told you got game. I already got Pop falling for me. My name's Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Rude. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. So Pop is unique. Hi, Pop. I'm Roscoe. All caps, no cap. Get it? So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day or what? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me or is he kind of cute? Maybe that is all you, boo. Yeah, I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. Now you stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Now, I don't know who this cat is up here, but they should have put it as Tom from MySpace. Generational joke. Yep, nailed it. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Is a dog teaching the class? Shin? Car. I don't think I've ever sent you to the car, Shin. Now, quiet down, everyone. The dog's name is Sprinkles. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must... Oh, hold on. Oh, I don't want to miss... spoilers. You must be Sprinkles, the head professor. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect, woof. What? Cute? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. And classic Pop. I'm chilly. Somebody close the window. Keep it down, Pop. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Now, where I come from, that's incredibly pretentious. What's your name, not your rank? Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open up that window before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle, aka a Perry, and evaporates entirely. You hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. Now you two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, for crying out loud. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Roscoe sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Finally, somebody who appreciates the glisten. You could take a little lesson here. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. That's how I think he would talk. Please, use my handkerchief. It's snot-free so far. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This is like a high-stakes boop club. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Do you take the handkerchief or do you refuse the handkerchief? What's it going to be? Take it? All right, we're gonna roll the dice and hope for no boogies. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. And just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss— Quiet, says Professor Dog. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, mister. Are you even in the right place? Well, don't you recognize me? It's my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everybody stares at him blankly. Does nobody remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Bzz, burp. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Classic Clank! Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Sniffing the goods. That's how you know somebody. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. Now, for real life lessons' sake, if a teacher's giving you a sniff, that's not cool. We don't do that, okay? Now, if your mechanic does it, that's okay. And you've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. So you decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Beef? rubber ball or chicken snack? I think we all know the answer to this. Classic beef. Classic beef. Come on, you gonna go with chicken at a time like this? Beef! Angela, beef! Yeah! All right, you reach beneath your apron and return with a small bit of beef jerky in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks into it. Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. Ah, Sprinkles. Sprinkles is bougie. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and then remove yourself from this class and this school. It seems you've reached the end of the line, Chef. The proverbial game over. There's actually a story here. Did I just fail the game? Huh. I thought it was like a everybody wins no matter what. Okay. If it puts me back in bed and I hear that damn alarm again, I'm throwing chicken across the room. Okay. Okay, everybody's chit-chatting. Yup, here comes the pop. Yup, okay, here comes Mimi. The dog's got some sass. Cherry blossoms, here comes poop. Ah, there's my boy. Yup, there's the sweet aroma of man filling the room. Mimi is a smitten kitten. I'm Colonel, I'm not Harland. Please don't call me Ho-Ho, it's Colonel. Walks down the aisle of desks. The room is sweaty. I'm sweaty. Here comes pain and ass. Good. Okay, nobody talks to my friend like that. We were in kindergarten together. Look at the shimmer. Roscoe glistens. It's great. Here comes the Colonel with his snotty handkerchief. Yep, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take that handkerchief. First interaction. Okay, are we still taking the handkerchief? Or are we refusing it? Taking it. Okay, I feel like that's probably a smart thing. We don't want to be rude to the Colonel. I'm gonna take it. Okay, stretch out your hand. We take the silk handkerchief. It smells like man. Got it. Okay, here comes the dog again. A giant monologue. Here comes Sean Penn. Okay, yeah, you guys don't even know me. Come on, Mr. Han. Good, good, good. Nobody cares. And then here comes Clank, beep booping all the way home. Beep boop boop. Hilarious, classic Clank. And deep sniff. You need a vitamin. Okay. That was a hell of a checkpoint. Chicken snack? Or is the dog sick of chicken? We're going with the ball. Are we going chicken? I feel like chicken would be the obvious answer, right? Okay, I guess. Ooh. A lot of you saying ball. Okay. I'm going ball. Could be the chess piece. You reach beneath your apron and return with a rubber ball in your hand. The eyes go wide as he locks into it. Moment of truth. You toss the ball and he bounds after it, grabbing it in his mouth and swinging it from side to side before dropping it. The thrill passes quickly. It's not clear if that endeared him to you or not, though. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. Now, as everybody rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, Roscoe, still a seat over here, says Mimi. Well, it seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me, if you're interested in that kind of thing. Ooh. Two good options, but which will you choose? Classic friend, love interest, dynamic. I feel like Mimi would understand if I go with the Colonel. If she's a good friend, she'll get it, but I also don't want to be that guy that ditches his buddy for another guy, right? So I kind of want to pick Mimi. I want to be a good friend. And then maybe Colonel will see that and be like, hey, I'm digging your chili. Let me put some chicken in it. I don't know what that means. Are we choosing Mimi? Sitting by the best friend, playing hard to get. Oh, I like that. Good one. Okay. Admire the loyalty. I like it, Natty. So you move to take your seat by Mimi. If we lose the game because we chose our friend over love, I'm shutting him down. Red flag, bro. I don't care how good your chicken is and your special sauce. I'm shutting it down. Friends, bro. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders, he has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little bit better. Don't tell me what to do, Mimi. I'm sick of it. Since kindergarten, you've been doing this. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. And besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Oh, a pop quiz about me, says Poop. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. Don't mess this up. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Meh, depends. Extremely, looking at you, Poop, doesn't matter at all. All right, you're saying extremely because we're looking at Poop. Got it. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, that's right. All right, good one. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather, night vision goggles, or slam dunk. Goggles? Feather. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the dunk too. Feather, okay? That's right. All right. One more. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? Classic KFC. Gotta go with the spork. I love that we can see who has lag right now and whose connections are poor. That's right. Oh, there's more. Oh, he tricked us. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt, camel meat, or a pancake that looks like a silly face. It's either 1 or 3. Pancake? Ooh, really? I was going to say anything with love. Anything? 1. Okay. I'm going to try the anything because we don't want too much salt. That's right. Oh, good job. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No. Yes. Or he's a talking dog that teaches culinary school. He is the best boy. I think we just know. That's right. Perfect score, 5 out of 5. Dope. Just beat the game. Good job. All right. Do I get a treat now? Now, be honest. Did you cheat? No. Did you treat? Hey-o! And you look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. Now, I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, Roscoe! You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. I have your attention, students. I have an important announcement to make. I feel like all this cat does is just announce. Everything is important. Time for lunch. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. All right, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Clearly, Muse has run through the cafeteria, sounding like a demon frog, filling the air with her scent. Mimi, do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Hey, everybody, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, it's getting hard to keep track of these voices. It's about lunch. And everybody cheers. But shh. Lunch. She said, shh. Now, in honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. This feels like a setup. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken breaded and fried to a crispy, golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe, not only on the outside, but on the inside too. You, like the chicken, are moist and juicy. It said that, you just couldn't see it on the screen. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept! Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. Now, for years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. Fun fact, this is all actual footage of what happened at the beginning of KFC. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. Now he looks around nervously to see if anybody else is laughing at his sick burn. No cap, 411. Hot diggity. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. Now you see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any. I'll take his, says the captain. That's me. Well, hold on. I guess I'll try it. Well, he takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everybody. Now, please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket. Now, I don't know why bucket is in quotes. That makes me nervous. But you sink your teeth into it because we don't have standards around here. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. What? Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Okay, this did become a fever dream. So the chicken has been poisoned. We got the roofie recipe. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment, everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim toward the light. Huh. Okay, are we focusing and meditating, identifying the flavor? Are we savoring the moment and enjoying Colonel Sanders' heart, or go to the light? Focus and identify. Savor the moment. Ooh, it's getting close. Ooh. I feel like we're going to try to identify each flavor. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano? Basil? Maybe, but there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper. 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 Yes, even deeper still, until you find it. Could it be? Can I click? Is that a spoiler? Can I click the spoiler? Damn it. He really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors. But this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders, and as you look around, you realize that everybody in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. So we approach him. He smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Oh, thank you, Colonel. I appreciate that. Colonel, I've wondered if I could talk to you for a second, says me. Anything for a fellow chef. Now, what exactly was on that chicken? I'm feeling weird inside. I need to know. Was that safe to eat? Freaking out, man. Candy bars. Super Troopers. How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. And you say I'm smug. Well, it's just you and me here talking. Like, I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I would be willing to trade. I could let you in my Discord and just let you read what these people say all day. It's crazy. Well, what's the rush? The semester is only getting started, young Roscoe. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. Now, he's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, Roscoe. I'll give you that. Now, Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then he leans in, and you can feel his warm breath as he whispers. It's just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use Mountain Dew. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. Not a 7-Eleven or a Wawa. And Mountain Dew definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. Maybe we just let the ball in his court. You know what I mean? Like, we'd spend a lot of time with him. Just give him a break. We don't want to seem too aggressive. Oh, okay, we found him outside. There he is. He's standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Now, sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Yeah, I don't trust him. I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. There we go. That's better. Well, it sounds like you have big plans there, Colonel. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, and you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength? What's a neg? Is it like where you put your necks together? Is that it? Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Huh. All right, do we neck him? Like ostriches or emus? Do we wow him with a big idea? 3, be modest but thoughtful. So no cleavage. Got it. Okay, just put these away. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you have his attention. The flavors were complex, but they were comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery is perfect. Well, I appreciate the compliment, Roscoe. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. Now you step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no. Oh, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything, Mimi. Well, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Mimi looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, I'd like to tackle this. Would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? You know, a team of 2 that's like me and you, if that wasn't clear. Just like you and I, right? You want to be my partner? Aww. Sure, Roscoe. I'll prepare your station. I'll prepare your station. Now, without you as a partner, Mimi is left standing all alone. Bad friend. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hey, partner, says Poop. Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, boop. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Why would I do that? Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. No, friend duties, you hang out with the friend. Also, duties. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Okay, are we going with Poop or are we going with the robot? Who do we trust to take care of Mimi? Do it right. Robot? Okay, not Poop. Nini, you are just in time. Nini, you're brand new. Are we choosing Pop or are we choosing Clank? What's it gonna be? You don't need context. Make the call. No pressure. We could just fail the game at this moment. It's no big deal. Come on, Nini. We're waiting. Classic Nini shows up late, doesn't answer. Clutch moment. Okay, she says Pop. We're going with Pop. Sorry, Clank, but I think Mimi will be partnering with Pop today. Whir. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Mimi. I'm a chef! He holds up a banana and without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. Nini, we're gonna find out if that paid off. It's not holding up strong, though. It's disconcerting, but Mimi is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really? This kid? Come on, Nini. But it's too late to change your choice now. It's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. It's not actually true at all, but you get the idea. Now, which dish do you suggest to your partner, the Colonel? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, or your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. All right, what do you think? Steak tartare, octopus, or potatoes and gravy? Yeah, I feel like that's it right there. Potatoes and gravy. We're spuds around here. I've always been something of a down-home chef, you know. I was thinking we could make something warm and inviting and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. What do you say? And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Well, it looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does somebody have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Ashley. We're just cooking partners. Mind your business. Go over there. Don't care. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did somebody call for me? Ha 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 ha. No, jeez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Roscoe's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no, it looked like Roscoe was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. You know, I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Put the shat on this hoe. Come on! I want to... I'm getting angry. I don't even have chicken for real, and I'm getting angry. Now, don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. Or turn to Mimi, your forever bestie who always has your back. Think about this. What's it going to be? Yeah, we stuck her with Pope. All right, I think most people are saying Mimi. Okay. Ooh. Going with Mimi. All right, you turn to Mimi, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy you. I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps. But stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Roscoe is my partner for today's activity. Now, you look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. Now you look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy, mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. By the way, if I don't get a lifetime supply of KFC after this performance, something's wrong with the world. Colonel Sanders says, I know just what to do. He extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. I just lost my sound. Why did I lose my sound? Okay, sorry. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric and time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. And when you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Standards. Colonel Standards. And then filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it is delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Answer, no. Hold on right there, Roscoe. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Ooh. We could really capitalize on this. Can I has potato face? Says Poop. Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. Oh wait, that's Sean Penn. You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupted hold on. Package. All right, sorry about that. Okay. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late, it has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him? Whoa, this just took a dark turn. Everyone step back, don't take another bite. And when you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up into Pop's mouth. I did not expect to say that today. Pop winces in pain for just a moment and then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. That's why we call him Poop. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello, I just turned into a ghost over here. Now, seeing that you're shaken up by all that really annoying student and his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. Well, for real? Come on, you guys. I'm a ghost. I'm dead. Now you follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes that you made in class today. Now, before you go on, Colonel, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. All right, here we go. This is where I shine. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Roscoe. There's something that I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something that I need to tell you first. Van is loud. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world, the whole world's ever seen, you don't even know. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream. Day and night, bros. Never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a ton of weights. Look at these abs. I got a 16-pack. You don't even know. But like, so many weights. Now, we should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that, bro. Now, I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? I think it was Student, by the way. Steel Trap. Now, somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We were talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. I'm gonna need some fireball nuts for this. This shit's getting crazy. The Spork Monster. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. Now, how dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Now, is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, It's a turn-based fight sequence. Of course it is. What will you do? Attack or defend? I want to punch this dude in the spork. Are you with me? Let's punch him in the spork. Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Are there more options? Seriously, cook with love? Come on, man. What about lust? Can I cook with lust? It does 1 damage. It just got real, bruh. That attack really upset Spork Monster. He goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. Now that I was expecting from this game. You take 1 damage. All right, do we attack or defend? What's it gonna be? Attack. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Sure. Cook with love. 1 damage. Yes. Spork Monster will not forget this. Feeling threatened by your attack. Good, you should. Focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Attack or defend? Let's defend. Let's see what happens. Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. What? You hold your head between your hands and mutter, this is not happening, this is not happening. The monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again, using utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. We got a defend or attack. What's it going to be? I'm freaking out, man. The music is crazy. I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do so I can blame you. I rhyme too. Wow. Attack. Here we go. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. That's our only option. 1 damage. Yes. Oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Tad. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. See, when the Colonel gets saucy, he gets that accent. It's kind of hot. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot high power pinch! Yo, you see those chesticles on that cat? It does 10 damage. Damn! We call that a critical. The monster is defeated. You saved me, bro. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him, or spare this wretched beast. What's it gonna be? Let's see what you're made of. Finish him or spare him? Ooh, this is close. Finish him. We're going full Mortal Kombat toasty. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. The monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You ready your final attack? You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. 10 damage. Completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Roscoe. The defeated monster left behind a special item. I hope it's a spine. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. What year is this? The last name to have signed it is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love, and dreams are weird like that. Huh. I think this game is working. I actually want chicken now. This is pretty cool. You awake on day 2, which means we're not even halfway through this game right now. An attempt to process the wild visions that you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret that you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe that he really used Mountain Dew. And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Mountain Dew. It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Yep. Now, sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. Now, you meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Thankfully, she's a good friend, unlike you, and she has not disowned you yet for leaving you for a man. Now, before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this could sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. Like him? Like. I know it sounds like I'll move a little too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually like a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's like super smart. He told me like all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that the Colonel enlisted in the Army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and they thought it looked super cool. Oh, but Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it's best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend the University of Cooking School Academy of Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Like, so connected. Oh my God, I'm sure you did. Like, you're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, right? Now, laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. Now, you have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know the second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. We're going to leave that back on the back burner. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? I am a terrible friend. Mimi checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. The classic. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This cannot be good. That's not the script, it is, but I'm also saying this cannot be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The guy even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was like a powder created from some super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. This is getting worse. Please, Mimi, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and I brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. And later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me. And the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being a little too liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch and, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about your new spices. So Mimi sounds like a bit of a spy right now. We're going to keep our eye on her. I'm definitely not supposed to share the Colonel's secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anybody. Please, 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 please. I mean, it would mean the world to me. I'm your bestie. So, nobody has to know that it came from you or Colonel Sanders. So what do you think? Do we protect the Colonel's secret or do we share it with our bestie? Do we tell her or do we make up a fake ingredient? Fake ingredient, huh? Okay. That's pretty unanimous. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about... It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure out you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Damn it, Mimi. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Oh boy, what's coming now? Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders arriving on a horse at school. What else would it be? Stand back and admire his majestic glory, or run to him. Suddenly don't feel bad for sticking her with Pop. All right, we're going to stand back and admire his majestic glory. His horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature on its butt, sending it running free into the countryside. I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anybody was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. Now you attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Ah, I know what I said. Being a good friend, sometimes, Mimi attempts to cover for you. Roscoe just gets really nervous around people that they like. Oh, it's just not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and they have diarrhea up all night. It was gruesome, it ruined the shower curtain. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile. Situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Now, when you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. I did say Colonel Sanders, I'm sorry. You didn't have to call me out on it, though. Damn it. Counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon frog bad, perhaps? You try and get a peek over Van Van's giant hulking shoulder. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Get it? Super meta. Tell them to stop acting immature, or act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. What's it gonna be? Perry, that was the perfect professor's answer. Tell them to stop acting immature. Kill them both. We're going to act like we're not interested. It's pretty close. Oh, I think one took the lead. Tell them to stop acting immature. You immediately dress the two rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected, y'all. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Well, now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ain't you. That's actually a pretty good one. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes pancake. It takes panache. It takes panache. Panache? Panache. It takes pancake. I'm gonna stick with pancake. Panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. Hey, that's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. Now, you notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. I would play that game. We're playing, haha. Now, before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Can we, how did we forget that a kid died? Like, we just going on with our day, just still got a juice box, still being busty with giant legs walking around. Kid died, still talking about chicken and books. Here comes the robot. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. That'd be a good name for a band, Meaty Foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. Hey, watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. What do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. Your mother was a stand mixer. Hey-oh. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks the piss out of Van, sending him flying across the room. Ooh, hashtag concussion. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either one of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Maybe, or surely he must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career. I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan? And just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he is also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. It was a bit of a rough morning. I was chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. You try to give Sprinkles a pat on the head, but he snarls at you. Never pat your teacher on the head. Sorry, I get a little worked up if people try and pet me before I've had my morning coffee. Let that be a lesson to you. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Something tells me there's going to be a quiz coming up, so please pay attention. I'm busy reading stuff. I can't learn when I'm trying to read. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Roscoe? Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? You going for the dog biscuit? I feel like the pepper is a safe bet. You gonna take the dog biscuit from the dog? Go with the pepper. What's wrong with you? A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, oh, this guy again. I'm here to give you an important message, bro. You must avenge my death, bro, and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, you just have to... Sorry, I can't. I still got some spikes in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through to fulfill the prophecy. This is exhausting. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Thank God I was actually starting to trip. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. Are you serious, bro? I mean, maybe we should have paid attention, but come on. He's dreamy. You think to yourself, yeah, I should pay better attention. And then you say it to the chat out loud. Mimi. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Yes, finally some food. Now, before anybody can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. Cafeteria after dark. And your rivals enter to make yet another dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Do we demand that they stop wasting everybody's time, or do we step up like a 90s dance movie and tell them, you're on? You're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, huh? Count me in. If I have to whip the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Roscoe. I'll be watching your performance. Now, just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom. This is not a sportsing court. That sounds like something I would say. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. Now, at least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. Oh, we might have to actually do something here. That's what I'm talking about. Ow! I stand corrected. Now, the hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. I'll be like, bro, it's competition time. Take your pretentious ass over there against the window. I'll deal with you in a minute. And that's an original quote by me, in case anybody was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Bro, window. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now it's my chance to shine. Man, this game is really bringing out my sass. I didn't think I had this in me. I will defeat you myself. Now, you had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him. again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Now think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh, what temperature does water boil at? What temperature does water boil at? 100 Fahrenheit or Celsius? Fahrenheit. Oh no! That's wrong. Oh, the lag is gonna kill us here. What were you thinking, Roscoe? Get your head in the game. All right, here we go. Let's do it. You're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you do have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? 11. Nice! You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Vigilance, trust, gratitude. Gratitude. Boom! Nailed it. Hashtag Roscoe. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, bro, you meditate on his advice. You draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born. That shoulder of Orion, deep beneath the Pacific. Orion! Ah! I don't know what I picked. This is your shot. You're not going to miss it. Oh! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Let's do it. What is the sound of success? Silence, sizzling, bubbling, sizzling. What? That's wrong. That's crazy. Spray bottle. Rude. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Roscoe. And a little bead of sweat drips down his neck onto his chesticles. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders on a horse. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian bathing tub? I didn't pick anything! Oh, this game's freaking me out, man. You're stranded on a deserted island, a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. This is crazy. This is what ADHD feels like every day. And now I'm playing a game. You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. You and Colonel Sanders riding together on what? I don't know what's happening. Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. The next station is over. Ashley is plating elements to make up time to toss your biscuit dough. What? You say like that? What? Yikes. Zip, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Whirr. You might not have any hands, but Roscoe does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. And when you hear everybody talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Bro, you about to lose a hand. No! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match or your life. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Thanks, Dad! Everybody stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. You will never type again. Oh, it's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Oh my God. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Roscoe's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Roscoe to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady, meaty hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette Atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Put your dirty ass finger in the food? Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. Oh, Harland. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his little mustache. Do you want to internalize the rage that you feel? Or do you want to put yourself physically between Colonel Sanders and Ashley? We're going to rage out between the two of them. Got it. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. He recoils and brushes you back. What? This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, Rosso. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Spicy. Game over! What? That didn't make any sense! Bro, this is like a boop club. Because all of a sudden shit goes sideways and what? What dude doesn't want his mustache touched? Write that down. This is our second heart. Maybe we can win the cook-off. If we could get to the cook-off. Try again. What are you saying? Speed? Oh, that was a speed run? Oh, man. Try again. If it puts us in a damn room, I'm like, what? Come on. Oh, this is the cook-off again? We can't beat this. How do we do this? Oh, little button up there. Okay. Okay, we're doing the cook-off again, right? One life left. Okay. Whew. It's on. Yep. Get me there. Okay, here we go. Timer's ready. Okay, we gotta focus. Okay, he's pretentious. Tell him to go stand by the window. She's a pain. Okay, time to boil some water for the potatoes. 100 degrees Celsius. Thank you, Rondopedia. Okay. 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. I didn't know it before. Okay. Season the chicken. 11 spices. Nice. Okay. Tail wagging. Basic steps. Gratitude or trust? I think it was gratitude, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. Stronger and faster. Yep. Dad's words. Shoulder of Orion, wasn't it? Oh, I don't know what the horrible time to start forgetting important things. Oh no. Sizzling. I don't think it was sizzling, was it? Silence. Sizzling. Oh no, I'm doing it again. It's trauma. The corner of her eye is watching us. I'm freaking out, man. Was it bubbling? I don't know. Oh, he's on the horse. He's looking over the horizon. Blowing a kiss. Oh, it's happening again. Desert Island, 1 cookbook. Oh, hunk, chesticles. What's that? Focused on the challenge, you're falling behind. Walking along the beach. Yep. I don't know. I feel like this is a setup. Struggling to keep up. She's over there being a pain again. Biscuit dough. Don't put your hands in it. Oh, what? This feels like a setup. Oh, I put my hand in it again. Battle's over. Maybe she made something and it sucks. Okay, we got one more choice. Chocolate dome. Maybe she put a bunch of boogies in there. Bunch of big cornflakes. Okay? He's gonna stick his gross little grubby meat finger in there. This is our chance. Okay, we're gonna internalize the rage that we feel. This is our moment. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. Come on, fight scene. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire. This really is like a Goosebumps book. They turn to ash and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Yes, I'm going to agree with you when you say, what? The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. Is he the storm that's raging inside of us? He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. Bro, I will ruin your life. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. Wow, this game is mean AF. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. So you get into your car and you track him down. I know you're hurting right now, Roscoe. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire on your face. We should get that checked out. I'm fine, Broseph. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. Perfect pause for the music there. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man that you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths, and I've arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. That's someone who works on ostriches, so you know. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. What? I didn't know, Colonel. Well, people see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Well, it sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Classic poop. And just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence, the giant turd biscuit monster. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Gorko, the spork monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we've already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko, or? Well, we're twins, so not really. We're pretty much exactly the same in every way, but why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He is already on the same page as you. Well, it's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think that you'd have much of a chance. Like, not to mention I'd feel really guilty about that. Like, if I could take that back, I would. I think what Roscoe is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. Well, I suppose, but we don't really need to fight. I mean, it's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws and stuff, so... Well, all the better for enjoying tasty foods. I mean, surely you like to eat, don't we all? Well, of course I do. Inspiration strikes, and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth, and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious! You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school, until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book, spoiler, cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. Magic spell book. Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. Okay. Now it sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Roscoe, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Boy, this guy is quite the boob. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. And now he's a creeper. A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out whether you like it or not. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Oh, you're about to get saucy. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. I thought that was him talking. Sorry, I used the wrong voice, even though they're all the same, really. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food and with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, really. I'm trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. Now, between you and I... I don't trust this cat. We don't tell him our ingredients, okay? Don't say shit. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, or both, perhaps. I don't know. Now, you've got him right where you want him. Do you reveal your new creation to him? We just talked about this. Or do you keep it a secret just for you? Do the right thing. I literally prepped you for this question. Thank you. Good. Keep it a secret. It's not Marmite car. Actually, I've said too much. Please forget I ever said anything. Now you can practically hear Colonel Sanders' saliva glands producing. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack. I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many, nearly a dozen, in my fried chicken recipe alone. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours. Well, I suppose you did share a secret ingredient with me yesterday, so it'd be only fair. His face grows serious. I don't like where this is going, for the record. I feel like they're going to sheepdog us into telling him. And if we don't tell him, he's going to get pissy and all insensitive, and then we fail our final heart. Yes, about that. You see, yes, Colonel, I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was fake. Oh no, the ingredient that you shared with Mimi, it wasn't true? You're angry with Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his secret shows that he probably had the right to do so. Wait, we made something up, didn't we? I thought we made something up. Oh, that was the one ingredient. Oh, never mind. I'm good. We're good. You mean it wasn't one of the real 11 secret herbs and spices? Well, you see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure that you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret. To me, my recipes are priceless. Not when you go to the drive-thru. Hey-o! Well, I have something to confess, Colonel. That secret ingredient you told me, well, I shared it with Mimi, my bestie. Well, unfortunately, Roscoe, I already knew this. I was very disappointed. But now that you've come clean, we can start building our relationship as fellow chefs again. I promise to be honest from here on out. I really do. I'm counting on you, Roscoe. Well, in that case, I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish, disgusting, glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw, until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. The toilet bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. Bro, I told you I don't trust this cat. He's going to bring it back to the chicken lab. He's going to steal our money. Now, you could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. He's going to put the slaw in his pocket. Sure, why not? I'm dumb. Now, please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh boy, let's do some snoopage. Okay, you want to see who's in the urn? You take a closer look at the urn sitting on a nearby pedestal, or a table for you non-pretentious bastards. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. Why is it dusty? This cat doesn't clean? Come on, man. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Even more pretentious. Poor guy. I feel so bad for him. Let's check the chicken. I said check. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. He's bolted this poor chicken onto a piece of wood on his table. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. Oh, it's not alive anymore. Never mind. Awkward. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." All right, what do we want to check next? We got a giant window. We got some stuff on the table. We got some picture frames. There's a wall safe? Is that what you see? Huh. Okay. Oh, good call. This must be where he keeps a secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? And then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? Sashimi style? Ew. He's coming. Be cool. Are we going to keep looking? Guess we have to. Oh, the door is... Can we look at the door? Let's click on the door. Do we click on the door or something on the table? Let's see what this thing is over here. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. That's a comb? Ew. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made up of spun silver. Door. Go to the door. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. This is a terrible idea. It's a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. They say at home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Bro, you just escalated so far. Now, before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. I'll bet he does. He try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. Well, I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Eyelashes. Ah, crap, the jacket. I totally forgot I had it on. See? Told you. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold, or you fess up and tell the truth. I'm sorry, this is the weird part, not the giant poop monster with sporks stuck in it. You tell him you're cold? All right, you got game. Let's see what you got. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold. I thought this might warm me up. He smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause, and you stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Roscoe. I think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right, and I think that we should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence! Yeah, oh, I wish I had that crispy chicken in my mouth right now. The game is working. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Walk of shame time. Yo, balk of shame. Yo, write that down. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. Yo, if this cat isn't in bike shorts, no top, and breakfast, he's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. But clothed, strike one. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. Again. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Now, do we take him down a peg or do we flatter him? Think about your answer here. I don't want to fail coming this far. The final exam is today. Are we going to flatter him? Okay, I feel like that's a safe bet. A lot of you were saying one, though. Making me nervous. Okay, we're going to flatter him. He's a Southern boy. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his disgusting morning eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Is he talking to us? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. I'm surprised we still have a best friend. Where have you been? I don't have herpes. Do you have herpes? I don't have herpes. Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I could not find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay. I was just okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can totally get you sped up on the saga of Mimi. Okay, sure, but well, you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. Well, I think I can believe that. But since I'd been partnered up with Poop, he asked me to go out with him. Now, of course, I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in like spending some one-on-one time together and like getting to know me. So I said, yeah, like I can get to know the little guy. Phrasing. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. What? But things quickly spiral. What is a shush house? I'm afraid to like, what? Do I click? Bro, where is this game going? Did she just say, what? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. Well, I mean, shush houses can be confusing. You don't give Mimi time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. Yo, if your friend ever, in a panic, comes to you and starts talking about shush houses, you better drink some coffee and find out the deets. If we don't get an answer on what a shush house is by the end of this game, Shin, car, again, stay there. And I went on a date too, Mimi, back to Colonel Sanders' house. This is about me again. I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection amazeballs. Mimi offers to support you no matter what you do. Mimi is a good friend. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. Ashley got some quads. You can tell from a distance that they're picking up on poop. Oh, sorry, they're picking on poop. They're not picking up poop. They're picking on poop over there. That poop. Though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's poop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on somebody your own size? Huh? Who writes that? Come on. Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school, so, you know, limited options. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? And the horse. Hey, you've got some nerve, Roscoe, suggesting that I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Ooh. It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. You might as well just give up. I will never give up, ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Did the Colonel himself develop this game? Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Roscoe, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Not stereotypical at all. Of course, neither is the voice, really. I'm a 90s kid. What do you expect? And technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? Gross. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland, Colonel. Excuse me, Roscoe. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. See, this is what these bastards do. You spend the night with them, and then the next day when you're around people, they get sassy. Like you didn't just have this beautiful night, this electric window together, and like see the universe in each other's eyes. Now there's people around, and he wants to throw shade. I don't know where that came from, sorry. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Roscoe. Bro, this guy. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who we know she is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. All right! Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But you don't really believe in that magic stuff. I don't. A grimoire? I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Grimoire? Grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. I mean, who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't like super powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. Not standard emergency, extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anybody I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Like, couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Like totally not rooted in dark magic? Like maybe tie a string around your finger or something? Okay, fine. It's a bit drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Are we casting the forbidden spell or are we not doing it? Don't do it. Yeah, it feels risky. Good job. You take your friend's advice and you take Chat's advice, you put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. Yo, I hope he takes a dump in the middle of the classroom. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Okay. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him a snack. Or dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Yeah, I feel like wait is the safer bet. He stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Are we actually surprised that there's a talking squirrel? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again, Terrence! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in the vicinity or the state, he returns to his professorial tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Roscoe, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, now before he goes any further, Mimi's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Poop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Stop being so needy. Poop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Mimi. Every time I blink, you go away again. I hate it. That is a really cute thing to say. Mimi, what happened between you and Poop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Poop's mom, named Moom, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. How many museums are you going to in the 2 days you've been at school and the 1 day that you've been dating? Weren't you at school yesterday? I don't know. Busy night, I guess. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. That's way safer than I thought. Museum. Shush house. Nice. Whoo. Okay, we're good. We're good. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. It's done. But it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Poop leaves his, creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Mimi, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in a class like that? Like in front of everybody. Everybody literally watched us break up the whole time. Like they never not saw us. Even when they blinked, we were still breaking up. Ah! Her tiny Coco is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke. Even if the source of her frustration is a boy named Poop. Look, I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anybody. You don't need me. You don't need Poop. You need to poop. But you got this, girl. Be strong. Me and you, oh, I guess you do need me. We're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Mimi brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs that she cut herself, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. I might. Well, of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. Hello! And a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Poop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest. Mimi gives you a big hug, wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Now, while you were pep talking Mimi, you completely missed lunch. That's impossible. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Roscoe's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cream session is interrupted by Your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Roscoe, what are you doing here? Whoops. What are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, I was just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. Don't forget the way this cat threw shade at us in the quad when around the other dum-dum. Respect. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. All right, do we ignore it like there was no sound at all, or do we fess up about your practice dish? Ooh, close one. Looks like we're going to ignore it. Did you hear that? Hear what? I distinctly heard a bell chime. Somebody must be training Sprinkles to do a trick, maybe. I bet his mouth is watering. Strange. I was going to say that my mouth was watering. Alas, I'll have to look somewhere else for something tasty to put in it. This guy's got game. Smoke begins billowing out of the oven, filling the arena around you. Yep, I guess you're gonna have to. I'll leave it to you then. Happy visualizing. A disappointed Colonel Sanders leaves the arena. When the coast is clear, you finally open the oven to find your practice pie has been reduced to ash. Smells like lunch. Beat it, Poop. Don't be mean to Poop. What's wrong with you? There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Big moment coming. Hold that thought. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Mimi has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders, turd biscuit galore, seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, registered trademark, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. This is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Mimi furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on the action. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. Did this just turn into an anime? We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do we cast a spell, or do we do it the hard way? Okay, Jojo says do it, so we're gonna... Jojo, what? We're gonna do it the hard way. No magic, Jojo. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. We spit in his general direction. I believe in you, Roscoe. Don't care. Mimi notices too. Hey, bestie. And I've always believed in you, Roscoe, since we were little kids. Remember kindergarten talked about that before? Because I'm your best friend forever, and when that guy leaves, I'm still gonna be here, never forget. You turn to notice that Mimi is at your station cheering for you. Mimi, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Mimi tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! The boiling pot explodes, sending Mimi flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Well, what happened to Gorko? It was like two of them, they were twins, but it's three of you that's not twins. We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off, but you've conjured Steve now, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty all right, actually. Are you in the middle of a cooking competition? Oh, I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. You mind if I hang out and watch? I'm sorry, Steve. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the spork monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. Look, if you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? Oh, I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, now you can feel Spork Monster winded up to some long, drawn-out story as if it's coffee in his mug, and we know it's not coffee, so he just rambles on and on and on. So you don't know exactly where they came from, but it seemed like it was probably lonely there, like whatever. Look, actually, you know what? Maybe you should just watch from the stands. There's a monster section. I need to focus on the competition. Look, I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school. I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve. And unlike poop, he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. But remember, write it down and I'll tell you later. So having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Do you summon extra power from deep down within yourself? Or do you give up and drop out of culinary school? Yo, we're gonna summon some power. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. Yo, we're going full hat off for this. We're going full, oh yeah, we're pulling out all the hair. Oh yeah. Energy flows through your body, bro. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Hey, Roscoe, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me, bro. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing for their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you are powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and cannot be served. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese. That's short for macaroni, including cheese. And time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Do you? What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Were they in his pocket? And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everybody's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Poop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Mimi, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Poop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his undies. Poop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Well, it looks like Poop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. Can I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in school history, but it's not exactly yearbook material either. No, wait a second. Pranks. Clank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess, so I will have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. 3 days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Mimi, please step forward. Now describe your dish. Well, Professor, I have made tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, Chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anybody else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was literally less than a timble's worth of soup. A thimble. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into this as yours. Mimi is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Roscoe, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? Isn't this culinary school? Well, that's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine, bruh. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. He keeps poking my tongue and now I sound like Mike Tyson. Disqualified! Mike, if you're watching this, I'm sorry and I respect you as a fighter. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van does not go gentle into this night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Now, before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school, right? You got toast in your ears or something, Roscoe? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and I did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I would go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. Rude. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. Yo, write that down. That is perfect snack time slogan. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either, bros. Peace. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Yo, if this is a draw and we both win, I want to crush this dude's soul for breaking my heart. Two chefs? Now what began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. I'm in my 49 dog years of life. I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. The amount of sodium is gargantuan, but it's so delicious. It's so delicious, in fact, that everybody passes the class. What? You pass. Oprah, you get a pass. Everybody gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could there be any better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog to do tricks? Now, they tried to hire Gino, but they couldn't afford him. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Yo, Ashley, when you get your stuff together, call me. Hey-o. For a moment, you actually believe them. Uh-oh, not another haunting. Whoa! No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, very clever. And now that everybody's together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Great. Everybody, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everybody refer to my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everybody's too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. And maybe things didn't work out for Mimi romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Who could it be? It's Poop! He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. Welcome back, Poop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. That makes way more sense. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Mimi, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. Yo. All right, there we go. It's been a while for this one. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Poop, but I'm totally not interested. Well, not now at least. Like, I got so much to do with my life and I can't like slow down for like kids and stuff. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. If Clank doesn't come in here and do the robot, fail game. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking English thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Oh, look pretty good. Howdy, classmates. Now, just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Wow. Is it? Oh, no, it's not the end. Gotcha. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Roscoe, what are you doing sitting alone? I'm not alone. I'm sitting with Jojo. Go over there. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few, you know. Well, it truly is my lucky day. This guy has back problems. We need to get that looked at. Would you dance with me? Well, yes, I'd love to. Now I'm going to do the robot. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Roscoe. Hey, bro, that's cool. Just keep that money flowing. Keep that money and chicken flowing. And then we'll spend a day together. It'll be great. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I mean, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. Didn't he mention business partners earlier? But who's going to help you run the restaurants, bro? We talked about this. I don't believe I need your help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward for you? Could it be that you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Roscoe, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. A PSYOP production. Oh, God. Yo, what happened? I feel like we all just survived something. Do you think that the actual Colonel Sanders approved this message? I don't know, man. He's kind of a turd. I mean, I don't want to get sued by KFC, but like, hey, you made this game with permissions, I'm assuming. I feel like the writing, like you could have made him less of a turd. You're very familiar with biscuits. I mean, hell, you stole our recipes for crying out loud. This guy is like turd biscuit through the whole game. And I'm supposed to be like falling for the guy. He's like wiggling his fingers and shit at me. No, bro, I don't want to go to your house. I don't want to go to your shush house. I mean, I will say though, we did beat the game on our last life. What did Poop do? Poop was the shush house. I know, I was just using a reference that you would understand. Why you gotta be so meticulous? What are you, Mimi, with her tiny cooking? Oh, wow. Yeah, the whole thing was like red flag. So, what did we think? Like, in all seriousness, it was a trip. It was dark. At least Mimi didn't steal from us. I'm glad I was hot in this game. You think you want him? Kieran, why do you always have to choose the bad boy? We're past this. No. Find you a good person. Insane. Yeah, yeah. Because he's hot, she has a type. Okay. I can't save you from yourself. Strange, but good for a laugh. Wow. Yeah. Monumentally stupid, but it was brilliant. Oh, man. What do you mean, good thing he ain't real? Did we forget? Did we forget that this is actual footage? Yeah, he's real. He's real. You can have him. I mean, I know he's long dead, but like, he's real. A handsome fella. Do you think he tastes like original recipe? Look at that face. You know he does. They should have put a little spice on his mustache, just like, what?